Hello everyone, happy Friday. It is Friday, December 9th, 2022. How is everybody today? It's so good to see so many of you in the chat. This has been scheduled for a little bit. Today we're going to be talking about Olo markers, so I'm really excited. I'll introduce Lori here in a little bit, and she'll kind of talk to you all about the markers. I have a really fun project for you guys today, and I'm going to demonstrate coloring with them. I know I showed a card a couple weeks ago, but we're going to do a lot more coloring today with one of Alberto's really cute sets from the, I think it came out at the end of November actually, but kind of December. Let's see where everybody is coming in from. Oh my gosh, hello from Denmark, awesome. Kim said, so excited, just started using Olo markers. Oh, that's wonderful. I love that. Me too. And I just ordered mine. I think my first markers will be here tomorrow. So I'm really, really excited. I've been borrowing Lori's. Let's see. Oh, good. I'm so glad you guys are excited. I'm going to talk a little bit. This video is going to be part of my Handmade Holiday series. This is actually the 9th year that I have done this, and it's where I share some ideas for Christmas, like gift bags, gift card holders, tags, all of that good stuff. So today it's going to be more gift card holder type of cards with something I've used many times. You've probably seen me use it before, but it's an oldie but a goodie. I like to bring it back every year. It's the Honeybee Stamps coffee holder shaped dies. They hold gift cards, which is really, really fun. And so hopefully a lot of you have that. If not, you can always pick those up. But that is what we're going to be doing today. I thought I would show you the other projects from this year. In my blog post today, I have links to all of the past years' projects. Some of it was back before I did video all the time. So I will show you. This video went up today. If you like making felt ornaments or tags, I did a full tutorial. It's pretty long on how to put this together. It uses the memory box mitten die and then Lawn Fawn dies to build the rainbow. And then I did add a little date on the back. This is a Pashta design die. So really, really fun if you like doing felt projects. If not, that's fine too. And then I do have some links to other felt projects in that or at the end of that video. Then yesterday I shared these cute little bags, and these are muslin bags. They're cheap. You can get them at any craft store, but I stenciled on this one. It's backwards, so I picked the wrong one. I stenciled with the Simon Says Stamp Build a Snowman set, and this is stamped with the Paper Tray Ink Simply Snowmen set. So stamp layering, stencil layering, really, really cute and very easy and fun. So this was really quick and easy. This is a little more time consuming. This is great for like a crafty friend. These are great for crafty friends too. Or friends and family. You can put little treats in them, all kinds of fun things. Anna says, I have those dies. Yay. Okay, let me see. Love the mitten. Cassie said, thank you. Jenna, you're not late. We haven't even started. Odin, no. Sorry. You guys are here most weeks, so you know. Odin likes to make himself known. He's making Lori laugh. He's wagging his tail at her like so proud he brought her a squeaky toy. Okay, you guys. I am going to introduce Lori, and then I will kind of show you what all we're going to use after she talks about the Olo markers just a little bit, and then you guys can watch me color. So this is Miss Lori Craig.
Hello. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Always.
We always have a good time.
We do have a good time. And Lori is going to be the expert on talking to you about the specifics for Olo markers, because I know I had a lot of questions when I shared the card a couple weeks ago, and I was not able to answer like a lot of the specifics and things about the markers. So she's going to walk you through them and kind of talk to you about all of that stuff.
Awesome. I'm glad to be here. So,
thank you.
Which camera do you want me to hold them up, or
do you want to do it down here?
Oh, that might be easier.
Yep.
Just to kind of
okay, I'm going to flip the camera around real quick.
Hello, friends. So, yeah. So I've done a lot of alcohol marker coloring like Nichol through the years. And I do work for Olo, or work for the distributor for Olo here in the United States. And so this is a new marker that's been on the market for a couple of months. It is a premium alcohol marker and comes with a brush nib or a chisel. One of the fun things about these markers is that you get to purchase only what you like. So if you're someone that uses only a brush end of a marker, then you can purchase Olo in only a brush end. And they're innovative with a connector ring in the center that allows you to put different colors together or brush and chisels together. So pretty unique. One of the neat things about Olo that you can't see is what makes it completely different from other markers that you've used is the inside. And I think I've got a couple things I want to show you. So this is a traditional marker, and if you would open a traditional marker up, it has a felt liner inside that regulates the ink flow from the inside of the marker to the nib, which has worked great. That's any marker that's on the market up until now in alcohol. That's how that marker has been constructed, with that interior felt barrier that regulates the ink flow. Olo is different in the fact that it's a free flow liquid technology inside. So you can see kind of in this sample that's clear, there's not a felt liner inside. It's just liquid ink that goes back and forth. And so there are a couple of advantages to this patented technology. This company's the first that has done it. One, in the felt traditional marker system, that felt liner will harbor up to 30% of the ink that's in that marker. So when you purchase the marker, 30% of the ink that's in it when you bring it home will stay inside that felt liner. So because this is a liquid ink technology, you'll use about 90% of the ink that's inside Olo. So kind of use all of, 90 to 94%, I think, technology-wise speaking, but a lot of the ink that's inside. So there's a better value for you, and there's the same amount of ink in one half, in this one piece, as what you would find in a traditional marker that you've maybe been using for years. So right off the bat, you'll be able to use quite a bit more of the ink that's in there. The other thing that happens is, because this is a free flow ink technology, is it's continuously feeding ink to your nib. So when you start to color, you'll notice that the color is very smooth and vibrant and vivid. Let me see.
Carissa says she likes knowing all the ins and outs. It's really nice being able to know all the technical parts of what make the markers work. So
I agree.
Definitely.
I agree. So I'm going to give you So from when you start coloring, then the ink is continuously feeding to this nib. So you get a really nice smooth flow of color right from the marker to the nib, and you don't have to wait for the nib to recharge. This is especially helpful if you are someone that colors a lot of large surface areas. Sometimes, if you're coloring and you start in the corner of your image, and as you work your way across your paper, that nib will kind of start not waning.
Yes.
You have to wait for the nib to recharge. And this continuous ink feed of the Olo continually sends that ink to the nib so that it stays nice and juicy for you as you are coloring.
Liz has a question. She
Sure.
says, so with the free-flowing ink, you would have blowouts like Copics if too full.
Well, you can't overfill them because they are refillable. So they are refillable with an ink cartridge system, but you aren't technically pouring ink into them to overfill the marker. Okay, does that answer your question,
Yep.
Liz? So
Let us know, Liz, if that answers your question. And Carol said she loves all the ins and outs. So good to see you, Carol. Kelly, thank you for reminding everybody to like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you. You're always helpful with that.
Yeah. So let me show you the different components, and then I'll go kind of come back to the refill question.
Is it Lothlorien B says, curious how well they blend. I will tell you, I'm going to show you, I'm going to blend. I'm going to color these in real time while Lori kind of fields some questions here in a little bit. Yep. I found it they blend very easily.
Yep, they blend very easily. They're a premium alcohol grade, so they work very well together, and they also will work with other alcohol markers that you may have in your collection. You can kind of mix and mingle. The thing about them is being able to choose your color range. So here I've got a brush nib, and this is a really pretty aqua blue color, and I have the option. When they come to you, a lot of times when they come to you, you're going to order, just your brush. This is a chisel. And notice how the chisel nib is a little bit different gray. It's a little bit lighter gray. And then it has a chisel on the end. Because so frequently, research through the years, I've been involved with alcohol markers for a long time, and people will say, oh, I never use the chisel, or oh, I only like the chisel. Well, now you have the option to build your marker your way. We'll always say, your marker your way. So all of the markers come in a half with as much ink in this half as what you'd find in a traditional full-size marker, with a connector ring. You put them together and then slide them together. So this would be, a full-size marker with a full marker on one end with a brush chisel or brush end, and a full-size marker of ink on the other end with a chisel. If you don't care for the chisel, if that's not your jam, okay, well, here's a nice coordinating color. This is BG 2.3 and BG 2.4, and I can put these together. So now I know, okay, if I get ready to color with them, I'm, start with my darker color and then kind of blend out with my light. Really smooth ink flow.
Isn't that awesome?
Okay, so I just kind of keep them together. And you have just kind of the option to do that. If you really like having the same marker on the full body, then you can have two of one color and you just put them together. So you'd have BG 1.3 and BG 2.3 on each end. So really you get to choose and pick and create the marker your way.
I have a couple of questions for you.
I like questions.
Kim wants to know if you can show how to refill.
Yes.
Yes, we will show that. And let's see. Gina wants to know how the price point of these compares to Copics.
Okay, so this marker here is going to be a full brush marker. Happens to be BG 2.4. There is as much ink in this half as you would find in a traditional marker. And the full retail price of this marker is $4.10. So, once you kind of understand, people are saying they like the technical ins and outs of it, right? So once you understand that this is as much ink as what you would find in a traditional marker, plus you use about 20% more of the ink because you're able to consume 90 to 94% of the ink that's inside this barrel, and the price point at $4.10, it becomes a really attractive option price-wise. Okay.
Awesome.
So
another question is Joyous in Christ wants to know if these are new to the market.
Yes, they are brand new. They started shipping late summer, and a lot of your favorite retailers are just now getting them. They've been shipping to our retail customers for maybe about 2 months.
And Carissa, hello Carissa.
Hi Carissa.
Wants to know what the best way is to store them. Do they need to be stored horizontally?
They can be stored. Since it's a closed system, you can kind of store them whatever works for you. When I'm traveling, I kind of keep them in a bag that they stand upright, just like Nicole's got a little collection here in a cup. When I'm at home, sometimes I have them slotted in a little bitty tray that keeps them on their side. So
okay, that's good to know. Yeah. Oh, awesome! Nikki says she ordered some on Black Friday. That is wonderful.
Yeah. So let's address the refill real quick.
Colleen wants to know where Nikki ordered them. I will tell you guys, I have a discount. Should be a link down in the description. It's a 10% discount if you order from Olo.
Yep.
So, and you use the code, my first name, Nichol, Nichol.
Okay. Kim, are the reds good for Christmas? Yes, Nicole has got some beautiful red work that she's going to show you. So let me kind of show you the refill system because it's a little bit different. It's so easy that you are absolutely going to love it because there's no way to really allow to pour ink back into this system. This patented technology is closed, so there's no cap for you to take off and then drip ink. So when it's time to refill, you will purchase a refill cartridge. The thing that I love about it is that it's very intuitive. You just pop the cap off. Okay. You would take your nib off of the spent cartridge and stick the nib into your new cartridge, take your cap, replace it, and that's it. There's no weighing, there's no measuring, there's no dripping, there's no, hi Mina.
Florian B wants to know, is the nib replaceable?
Yes, the nib is replaceable. And they've color-coded the bodies of the marker just so it's easy for you to identify when you are working which end is the brush and which end is the chisel. But those are actually interchangeable as well. You can put whichever nib on whichever color of body style that you want to use. As far as cost on the refill cartridges, it's I think the full retail is $2.69. So when it's time to refill, you are only paying for exactly what you need right then. You're not having to store any kind of refill vials or anything off
That's
in
nice.
Another spot.
I like not having to store stuff.
Me too.
Tracy wants to know, is there a bullet nib option?
Oh, Tracy, I think you'll be very excited shortly in the future. So we're working on it.
And Lothlorian B says, no, don't be sorry for your questions. That's what Lori is here for today.
Nope.
Does the numbering system follow the Copic style?
No, this numbering system is very, very easy. And that's one thing that I'm glad that someone has asked, because I'd like to kind of bring this out and show you what we've got. So one thing that's really nice about this coloring numbering system is that right now there's 128 colors. And eventually there'll be new colors to add to the collection, but it makes it really approachable when you're getting started. And Odin, want to color up here?
He's just sleeping now, finally.
So when you look at the color numbering system, you have got a letter system on the front. So this is a BG, and that would stand for blue-green. Every single color has the color hue represented by the letter that it starts out with, so that you know what color family that it is in. And then they've separated the numbers that come after the letter, so the 2 and the 1. So when you are looking for natural blending groups, you would look, this is a BG2, and so I would come to BG2 and I would see BG 2.0, 2.2, sorry, I don't have my glasses on. BG 2.1, BG 2.3, BG 2.4, and BG 2.7. So because the first letter and the first number are very the same, I know that those stay in a natural blending group. And then that last number, the 1, 3, 4, and 7, that tells me how light or how dark that color falls within the natural blending group. One thing that's really cool about this color chart is that the whole, there's thousands of colors that are available. And so the kind of all of the legwork of potential colors now and down the line has already been thought through and laid out, so that as new colors are added to this line, they'll always fall and make sense in the color chart.
We've got quite a few more questions.
Okay.
Can you buy them in Europe?
Not yet.
Are the empty cartridges recyclable?
No alcohol marker cartridges are recyclable because of the ink that's inside any brand, is my understanding.
And I do want to mention, as Lori was talking about the color coding and the numbering system, I found it really easy it's kind of intuitive almost.
Yep.
I thought it was pretty easy to figure out.
Super.
And let's see. I feel like yes, there it is. Lothlorian B says, how well do the purples blend? It was her biggest pet peeve with Copics. I actually have not blended with them. Have you?
I have worked with them just a little bit. They are really nice. Purple's a difficult color.
Because I agree about the Copics.
Yeah. So, yes, I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised. Let's see. And as Nicole starts coloring, maybe I'll pull some out of the stash behind her, and at the end we can show some purples.
Kelly Marie says, so as my Copics dry out, is there a conversion table so I can buy the same or as close as possible color in the Olo? That's a good question.
Good question. Let me take that back to the powers that be.
That's a good one. I think that would be very helpful for a lot of us who probably have other alcohol ink markers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you let me know when you want me to start coloring.
Yeah, why don't you start coloring, and
okay.
I can still kind of yield some questions. And
yeah. That way I can kind of talk to you guys about what we're going to do. Please keep asking all your questions. Lori's going to be doing what I was doing and reading. You can probably read them.
Okay. Yep. So Suzanne's question says, she has a full set of Copics, and how would you suggest that I do add-ons to my collection? Yes, what I would suggest is maybe take a look in those purples or the yellows are really pretty. One other color set that is available that's somewhat, it's very unique, is there's a series of red grays that are just beautiful. And a lot of times you can use gray to add depth or extend your color range and change it. But I would definitely start with these purples in the yellows, and there's even some greens that are really pretty that you might not find. So.
I'm going to show you what we're going to use, but I am also I saw several of you asking, where do I start? What collection I bought should you start with? I'll let Lori maybe give some advice on that as I start coloring. I do want to show you what I'm going to make for you guys, and then I'm going to color and kind of let her field some of those questions.
Sure. Cindy's got a question about, do they blend with Copic? Yes, you're going to be able to blend these with other alcohol markers that you already have in your collection. They play very well together, and you'll be able to just add in an extension, of your color range that you have.
Okay, so real quick, you guys, I'm going to show you the products I'm using. They are linked down in the description below the video here on YouTube. So if you are wondering, this is Alberto's set for Simon Says stamp called Sweet Tooth Bears. So that's where all of these super cute images came from that we're using today. I've already pre-stamped all of those guys.
Awesome.
And then the greetings in that set are kind of big. So I actually picked a greeting from this one, which is also pretty new. It's Merry and Sweet. We're going to do a tone-on-tone stamping. I already did this off camera for the coffee band. That's the diagonal stripe background. I'm going to use a snowflake background on the coffee cups. That is from My Favorite Things. We're mixing and matching from everywhere today.
That's the best, though.
Yes, it is. And then these coffee cups, there's a couple of different sizes. These are from Honeybee Stamps. I have mine mixed together. And that is what we're going to be creating. And I'll just show you real quick. The coffee cozy slides off. Open it up. You can put a gift card in here if you want. And then when this goes back on, it holds the gift card in place. This one is a little different. It's more of a coffee shaped card. You slide off the band and it opens it up. But you could put one in here. I'd probably put like a little glue dot or something to hold it in place. But it's a great way to give like a little, Starbucks card or your favorite Dunkin' Donuts card or something like that inside. So I'm going to start coloring, and I'm sure you guys have lots of questions, and I'll let Lori answer.
Sure. There was a question about the nib flexibility, so we can kind of show that when
I start coloring.
When you start coloring. Yeah.
Trying to decide what to color.
Yeah. Where to start?
Where to start.
So.
Oh, that's wrong. I'm not starting there. I'll show you guys too. Let me see what I'm using. Maybe I can even, oops, that's the wrong end. I knew that. I'll leave them here.
Yep. Yep. And that's one of the nice features about these is that you can just leave your nib off as you're coloring. You don't have to keep replacing it. So kind of, and the neat thing about them is that the lids will also kind of post at the back end of the marker. So here I've taken the lid off, and so very cool. Okay. Yeah.
Vicky's swooning over these images. Yep. They are super cute.
The images are super cute. The nib is a super flexible brush. It's incredibly durable, super nice. It's got a nice firm bounce so that you know, you can get some nice sweeping pattern. I don't know if you can watch as Nichol is coloring, but just with one pass of the marker, she's getting really smooth coloring. She's not having to overwork the cardstock.
Which I'm not used to, I have to tell you guys. And so I did have some bleeding, but it's because I tried to go over it when I didn't need to. You can see that it really covers nicely.
Mm-hmm. And Nichol is working on Express It blending card this afternoon, and I think that that's a beautiful cardstock for these markers. It holds the color without a lot of bleeding outside the lines. Yeah, Carissa, she's using the Express It today. So, and I think that that's an important thing. No matter what medium you're using, I think that you should try, you know, different things and figure out what works for you. So, you know, if you were, one thing that's really interesting is I use these on watercolor paper, and they were beautiful on watercolor paper.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Which is kind of weird. So,
I will tell you from personal experience, and I asked Lori, I tried them on Nina cardstock first, and I didn't like the results. Mm-hmm. But the Express It is beautiful. And to me, it's a lot like if you watch me color with zigs, and I always say the only paper I use with those is Bristol Smooth because the results are so much better. It's really the same thing. Yeah. Your paper makes a huge amount of difference.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to just leave you can leave the caps off while you're coloring. They're not going to dry out. It leaves it, you know, easy for you. Yeah, I think that that's an important thing to keep in mind is that every medium, you'll find which paper works for you. I use Nina for several different things, but for these markers, they're a little soft, and so they end up taking, and you get some bleed. So... let's see. Susan loves the Express It. Let's see on Nina. Let's see. And you can kind of see that how her blending, it just kind of comes back to it even when she's not going back and forth. So I just leave the caps off.
You keep telling me that. I have such a habit.
Yep. So I Black Nico Heim, is that how we, but the Bristol Smooth.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't tried Bristol Smooth with these.
But I would be curious too because it's smooth, and so it might be a great option, definitely.
So that's got all these samples and cardstocks in our collection that we can play with. So they work on Nina, Bristol Smooth, Express It. Karen says, I have Express It, but I've never used it. I'm going to fix that, Karen.
Yep. Karen, you're going to have to.
Yep. So, yeah. So the blending is just super easy on these. I think you'll find that you're not going back and forth over your coloring to get the blending. You don't have to overwork it.
I probably didn't do my nicest job on this, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't have to put the lids on.
It's okay. So... just going to bring in some pink. I love this pink. To me,
pink is hard for me, and I really liked these.
Yeah, they don't seem like high fluorescent, for lack of a... So,
yeah. And
the other thing that Nichol's doing, and I have found this myself as well, is that I color dark to light with these. In my past, when I've used alcohol markers, I've always worked with the light colors first and then brought in the darker and then worked back over it. I don't have to do that with these markers. I start with the dark and then blend out with my medium and light tones towards my highlight. and just seems like it does not need quite the work that I would have had before. So yes, Memento Black is a nice black Ponzi for these.
Oh, good. Tracy just got home and can watch on the big screen. Oh, coming at you in the big screen today.
Suzanne, what other white cardstock does it play nicely with besides Express It? I have to be honest with you, Suzanne. I've been an Express It user for a long time, for many years, and so that's about all I have worked with. I have tried, I've worked a little bit with the Nina, and I've not really experimented with too many other things. I think
when you find something
I probably
you like,
should, but my time to color for myself is so limited that when I find something I like, I'm going to stick with what
works.
I know. Question for you, Nicole. How easy has it been to adjust to these?
Super easy. I think I was mentioning earlier, it feels almost intuitive to pick colors. If you have experience with other alcohol ink markers, I feel like you can pretty easily start using these. I found them very easy.
So what Nicole's working with right now is a white, and it is it's called Zero. And what it is, it's Zero for its artistic components. It's 0 hue, 0 saturation, basically.
I use it to dull out those harsh edges.
Yep. So you're going to use it to dull out harsh edges, and it also is really nice to fix mistakes. You're going to use it as a pusher. So if you get outside the lines, you're just going to, take that marker and you're going to, push the color back into the stamped image.
I did that on one of the examples and it worked great.
So Jackie says that the hammer mill is similar to the Express It. Yes, I have hammer mill, Jackie, and I haven't really tried it with these markers, but you're right, it does have a very smooth finish, and it's got a nice finish to it as well. So maybe I'll try that.
Maybe we can try that on a crafty day.
On a crafty day, if we get one scheduled. So, yep.
So I'm just coloring. You guys know I've been loving pink and red for some reason this year, so that's what we're going with.
I was glad that you said you were going to work with reds, because sometimes that is specific questions. People are like, oh, how are the reds? How are the reds? So, let's see. Do you feel like you have to work quick because they dry fast, or do you feel like they stay wet long enough to blend? I'm a slow color artist. So, you don't have to work very fast. Nicole had kind of done the whole image with that darkest red value, the R1.7, and then when she got all the way around the cup, she came back in with a mid-tone and started working that. She had quite a bit of time. So
yeah, I don't think you have to.
Yes, the Zero would be comparable to a colorless blender, someone was asking. So I like watching Nicole color too, Susie. So it's fun when you've got the bird's eye view right here. So, yeah.
We probably aren't going to, I'm not going to color all of them on camera, I don't think, just for time-wise. But I'll color as much as I can so I can put a card together. Oh, I put a lid on again.
So, yep. Really nice brush. Let's see.
I really like them. I'm enjoying them. And I think what I'm loving so much, and I'm just not used to, they are very juicy. It's very refreshing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that has to do with that way that the ink flows and feeds into the system.
That's really interesting. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yep. It gives you that nice smooth flow of ink.
I think it's interesting just to learn about different coloring mediums in case, you might not be in the market for some right now, but you might be eventually, or just kind of learning the ins and the outs.
Yeah, I'm going to...
Is really helpful.
Someone's wanting you to do a purple candy cane.
Ooh,
so I was going to pull out some of my favorite purples and see if we could.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That is what we're here for today.
Yep. Let's see. I'm going to couple of different options.
I know this is a little bit different live than what I normally do, but I thought it would be really helpful because you guys had so many questions for me a couple weeks ago, and I wasn't able to answer them very well, so
Let's see.
I'll color these in and then I'll let Lori do some purple.
You're going to let me do purple?
Oh, you were going to have me do it?
I can do purple. That's good. I can do purple. Come back.
Sorry, we have to avoid the dog.
No, we're fine. He's good.
Odin
He's
likes
so
to
cute.
be with me at all times. Stage 5 clinger is what we call him.
Yep. He's an excellent guard dog also.
Oh, I call him the craft room mascot. We all need one of those. Kim says, question, just joined. May have been asked, is refilling similar to Copic? No, and Lori went over that kind of near the beginning of the video. So you might want to watch the replay when it's done. I'll let her talk if she wants to explain it.
Sure. Let's see. So the refill system is not the same as a traditional ink refill because it's actually a cartridge replacement. So let me just pull a marker here. So if I'm working with this blue and it dries out, and you'll know when it's time to change your marker because you're not getting that nice smooth ink flow, or maybe you're starting to hear the nib scratch across the paper, or if your color stops blending as smoothly as it has for you in the past, it's time for you to refill your ink. So in this is a refill cartridge, and it just is a full-bodied cartridge. It also has the ring acceptance on the bottom, and then you just take the cap off. You move your nib from your spent marker to the new cartridge, and place your cap, you're good to go. So the nice thing about that is that it just continuously feeds every time you pick your marker up, it's just, until you need to refill, it's like using a new marker each time, the way that ink feeds to it. And then when it's time to refill, there's no weighing, no measuring. You're not buying a refill that you have to keep up with or store or keep track of. You're only buying what you need while you need it.
For me, that's good because
Yep.
keeping track of that stuff's hard.
Yeah.
So I am just going to go in with some like Stardust pins because I figure our whip topping needs some like little sugary sprinkles. And also a white pen to add some little highlights. I saw there was a question if these can be purchased on Amazon. Not that I'm aware of.
Not on Amazon. Not on Amazon. So I would check with your favorite retailers. We have a lot of retailers that have been bringing them in recently. We've been doing a lot of shipping out of the warehouse. They're available with Nicole's link in the description for live. So,
and I think more retailers will likely, you'll start seeing them more places.
yeah.
They are very new.
Yeah. Nadine, do you return the spent cartridges? No, unfortunately, we're working a lot to be as conscious as we can with packaging, but no alcohol marker plastics or none of those are recyclable because they have held alcohol markers, alcohol ink, so they are disposable. See, Carolyn says she's enjoying the different live. So
good.
So you guys should make a list of who else you want to come and join Nicole's live.
Well, Lori's easy because she only lives a little ways away.
I'm kind of her neighbor, so I get to.
So it was a blessing to get to have her come on. Take some time out of her work day to come over and hang out with us.
Yep. Liz says, Black Nico had a great question above, and did we miss it? Okay.
Probably.
If we missed it,
if we missed it, please re-ask.
Yes, I'm trying to go back. See. Oh, are the barrels marked with the color name? I mix up the marker tops a lot. Yes, they're actually labeled on. They have a label on them that includes the color name. So, and the thing that's really nice about them is that it is on a vibrant silver, so it is extremely easy to read. That was a great question.
Yes, really good question.
Deborah, are they available to buy in the UK? Not yet. Not yet. Hello, Marlene from Canada. So,
all right,
you get a big audience here. And, I mean, I watch all the time, but a lot of times I'm not.
You don't watch the chat? Yeah. Whatever. Why not?
Well, sometimes I do. Sometimes
I'm totally teasing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to color in this cute little bear, and then we'll let Lori do some stuff with purple. How about that? Since that was a question here a minute ago.
So, you're welcome, Susie.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying kind of just
making
learning something new.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a great group. We have a great group here.
So, well, I knew that before we. So, this is the cutest little set. So, the connector rings come with the markers. Do you need a new connector ring each time you need a refill? No, you do not need a new connector ring, Susan. The connector rings are interchangeable one to the next. There are different colors of connector rings available. There's white and red connector rings. Some people like to identify their markers. Like if you color with a group, you could replace all of your connector rings and make them white to identify, so you would know that those were your markers. But you don't have to replace the connector ring. Can you use the leftover ink in the old cartridge for other projects? No, you unfortunately cannot pull it out or pour it out and use it like that. These are designed just to be used with the nib, and the nib system is what pulls the ink out. So, Cynthia, can you use the markers on a gel press? I love my gel plates. So, yes, you could use them right from the nib onto your gel plate if you wanted to, but you wouldn't be able to pour the ink onto the gel plate.
I have never used a gel plate. Maybe we...
What?
I never. I know. What?
Okay. You give us a little heart emoji if you want Nicole to bring in a gel plate for a future live. This have to be after the first of the year. I already know she's got it all booked out. Will new colors be sold individually to add to the original 128? And yes, they're always open. They're always available open stock. Ponzi. So you can buy just one at a time, or you can buy them in sets. So a lot of your favorite retailers will have sets that are 4 and 8 piece sets. In the 4-piece set, we'll have 8 colors that are designed to go together. The 8-piece sets will have 16 colors that are designed to go together. Or you can purchase them open stock. We have a lot of retailers that have brought in the full displays for you to go in and look at those. Oh, look at all these hearts. Gel plates, gel plates, gel plates.
I see that.
Little peer pressure.
Carissa goes, what? Alcohol ink on a gel plate? That's a lot of peer pressure, you guys. Oh my. Okay, Lori's gonna have to. She's gonna have to teach me.
It's gonna happen. So, Carol said yes on the gel plate. Now it's really gotta happen.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Oh. So yeah, Carissa, it's alcohol ink on a gel plate. It's so beautiful because it's translucent. So when you use that alcohol ink on your gel plate, and then whatever you use on top of it or as your pickup, it just really, really pretty. Really pretty work. So
should we let Lori color with some purples, and then I'll put our card together?
So, okay.
Color whatever.
Can I color one of these little?
You can color whatever you want.
I'm gonna cut. Well,
I colored the images that I'm gonna put on the card, so you can do whatever.
Okay, so I pulled out the BV 4.2, 4.4, and 4.5. And these are really pretty colors. They've just kind of nice mid-range. So And I'm gonna turn it around.
Margot, you are so right. That's exactly what friends are for.
So
oh, thank
here
you
I'm
so
gonna
much,
start
Brenda.
with my darker purple. And then
Teresa said the difference between the 4 and 8 piece sets, again, designed to go together.
The 4 and the 8 piece sets are retail sets that the colors have been specifically chosen to kind of give you a nice range within that set, and they have natural kind of blending partners in most of them so that you're buying the blending pair. So for example, when you get the set, like this is a good example of a marker that might be in that set. This is a 2.4, BG 2.4. The other end is a BG 2.3. And so all of the markers in those 4 and 8 piece sets at your favorite retailers already are put together so that you have two markers, two different markers on each side.
That is super pretty. That's a great purple blend.
So really pretty purples. They blend super easy together. If you're kind of just joining us or missed it earlier, just like Nichol, I blend with these dark to light. That's not a way that I've worked with alcohol in the past. I've always had to kind of prep the paper with my lighter color first. But these just seem to just feather out. So pretty.
Liz says, so the blending numbers are consecutive.
Yes, the blending numbers are consecutive. So here, this is a BV 4.2, a BV 4.4, and a BV 4.5. So when you keep that letter, the first letter's the same and the first number the same, and then just alter the end number, that'll help you.
That end number is going to be your light to dark.
Light to dark, yep.
And so it really kind of helps show you your shading options, which I think is very helpful.
Yep. Oh, I didn't finish this little guy. Let me do the last one. Keep going. So
I might have to put together a different card with the purple set. What do you guys think? Maybe we could do. I could do a purple and blue or something.
I think you should.
Lori says she thinks I should.
I think she should. I think you should. So
have we missed any questions? If so, please throw them up here in the chat.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Susie said, I see you using these for Halloween cards, Nichol. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, fun.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll trade you spots.
Yep.
Oh, can I show these color charts real quick?
Show them away,
okay.
please.
So one thing that is fun, I think, okay, raise your hand if you, like me, are guilty of doing a lot of swatching and sometimes not as much coloring. But we've got a bunch of different color charts for everybody that likes to keep track of their color charts. This is just a traditional standard square chart. It gives you the periodic table of the color numbering system to let you kind of see how things are lined out. These are all available for download on the olomarker.com. This is the color family color chart, so it lets you kind of put your colors together, see things in numerical order, understand where you may have gaps and want to fill in with your colors. Here's kind of the same periodic table in circles. And then this one I think is super fun. Because you're able to stack your markers with a different color on each end. Remember, you've got a full marker's worth of ink in each half. So this is 2 full markers, BG 2.4, BG 2.3. If I'm preparing this color chart, say if all of my markers are that way, I have halves that are paired together, this color chart will let you kind of fill in and identify exactly what markers are paired together. So I've got, this is my 2.3, and then here is the 2.4. So as I identify these and I have them marked out, and I'm getting ready to, if I'm in my office and using my space, then I know, for example, if I'm looking for B 4.6, well, I can look for B 4.3 or 4.6, either one, and that will get me where I want to go. It's also, I think, pretty intuitive. I mean,
Judith, yes, she wants to know if the charts can be downloaded, and they can.
Yes,
they're under resources on the OLO site.
Yep, they can be, and I recommend that you print your charts for whatever whatever color medium you're doing. Colored pencils, alcohol marker, watercolor. I recommend that you print your charts on the paper that you like to use, because that's what gives you a true reflection with that medium, because that's what gives you a true reflection of how that color looks. So, such great questions. Everybody's
lots of raising hands about all the swatching.
Yep.
We see you guys.
Yeah. So Creative Cindy says, I didn't know they were 2 in 1. That's just because I've put that particular marker together that way, Cindy. These are your markers and you do them your way. If you want the same color with a brush and a chisel, you'd buy the brush, you'd buy the chisel and put them together that way. If you want yours together in blending partners, you'd buy the 2 different colors that you want to put together on the connector ring, and you could put them together that way. So really trying to let people, focus on what they enjoy and the way that they color, and buy what they need to make that happen.
Good questions from everyone.
Perfect questions. So,
all right, let me grab, I'm just going to take a black pen and add some detail so his nose is nice and glossy. And then I'm going to talk about putting together this coffee card. Okay, so remember I said there's 2 different styles I'm using today. This is the bigger one, which I totally colored the wrong image because I have a small card left. That's okay. Yeah, it's really not okay. I glued everything in place. I may have to die cut some stuff. We'll see if it'll fit on this little one.
Oh, question. Cindy, where did the name Olo come from? Oh. Well, let me show. I'm gonna.
I have to grab something.
She's grabbing something, so I'm going to flip this over and I'll show you. It's the heart of color, Cindy. Olo. So Nicole's back, and she's back, people.
Oh, that's so cool! I had no idea that's where it came from.
Yeah.
I wondered, you didn't take very long, so I was like, what's going on?
So, oh, I missed one. Let's see. Where can we get a close-up of, the purple candy? They want a close-up of the purple candy.
Absolutely.
So, yep.
Is that good?
Yep, I think so. I almost missed it. I have a whole new respect for Nichol doing the live because, she's on the question, she's grabbing new tools, she's coloring things, so.
I'm just used to it.
Yep.
Plus, you guys are all patient. Thank you for when I forget things or Odin squeaks toys. Okay, I'm only stamping the front of my coffee card. So
I'm sorry, you need the purples. Florian.
I love it.
Maybe Santa.
Yes. Okay. So I am just masking off. I'm only going to stamp this top portion here. And I have it on one of those misty sticky mats. We're going to use this My Favorite Things Snowflake. I love the Snowflake. It's a good one. I just noticed it was back in stock at Simon. And I'm going to use a little watermelon ink to go with our pink and red theme.
She is, Tracy. She is Superwoman. Where can we get the coffee card and stamps? I think the coffee card you said was Honeybee.
Yes, and everything, it was in stock at Simon Says Stamp when I checked this morning. The supplies are listed down and linked in the description below the video. So definitely check there. The coffee cup cards are Honeybee, so if they are out of stock at Simon, I would check Honeybee stamps.
So Ponzi says, is it possible to purchase the markers with both brush ends? The full, yes, it's 128 colors. And yes, when you purchase them, you would just purchase 2 of each. And so when they come to you, they would come to you, each color would be single, separate. So you pretend these are 2 of the same color, but you'd open up your package and you'd have 2 reds and you would have a connector ring, and then you would just put them together so that you have the same color on each end. So, great question. And I realized I was all off camera.
Come on over. I moved out of the way.
So.
Okay, so I did die cut 2 of the top of my coffee cards, or the lid. So I like to do one on the front and the back. I think it gives it a little bit more of a finished look. You don't have to, if you don't want to go through that extra work. So just like that. And then I find with this card in particular, let me grab the example. It flops open. So I always just put a little adhesive so you can just slide it underneath like so. So we're going to put some adhesive just along that top little edge with the adhesive gun I don't like. Creative Cindy, I can't.
I know. I'm because remember I was.
Oh, it's delayed.
It's yeah. I think she was talking about when I was showing the.
Okay, let me know.
So you're back on.
And then this is the little cup cozy. I already stamped the front of it with the tone-on-tone diagonal stripe. That was probably an extra step, but we all know that I'm extra. Lori's
That's
laughing.
Funny because you're one of the least extra people. If you wanted all the colors in brush only, you would have 64 markers. Yes, Colleen. Once you put them together on a ring, you would have 64 markers with a different color on each side. So that's the full range of 128 colors. So really nice and approachable too. I think it's easy to just pick up and go. You know, sometimes I can't believe I missed this, but sometimes too many is sometimes you spend more time thinking about what you want to do than doing when your options are. So
I think this is actually going to work out. I was afraid it wouldn't, but I think we're going to make it work.
Tracy said she has a love-hate relationship with the ATG gun. My ATG gun is empty on my desk, and it has been for weeks because I don't want to refill it. Kelly Marie says, "You know we love your extra."
Yes, they know. we laugh about it a lot because I tend to go overboard in this department of my life. Okay, I think, that looks good. I made a glue mess that I'm going to have to clean up.
So is there an advantage to using the brush handle accessory? Oh, I brought the brush handle accessory and then I didn't even show everybody. So this is the handle accessory that she's asking about. And if you just have one marker, you can put that on the end. So it's just a total personal preference. Just gives you a nice paintbrush feel. It's very fun. The handles come in a couple of different colors, but it's either one. You can use the brush handle or a marker on the back end. What's the brand of the stamps? I'm in the Simon Says amp. It's Alberto's little.
Yeah, but it
set.
won't be called that. It's called Sweet Tooth Bears.
Sweet Tooth Bears.
And Tracy's waiting for the heart because Tracy knows me well. It's coming.
It's coming.
We got to add our little bear here by the cup. I felt like I saw a question that needed to be answered, but now it's gone. Oh, no, it isn't. Karen said she'll load your ATG for you.
Oh,
you're hired.
Hey, Karen, I tell you what, why don't you come up on Sunday and I'm going to have that bad boy out and ready for you to just give it a roll. How about 4 o'clock? We'll twist Nicole's arm to go out to dinner.
You won't have to twist very hard. So I think this little guy's belly is perfect for a little red heart. Don't you guys think?
Good grief. That's adorable.
But I misplaced my hearts. I have peppermints, but no hearts. Oh, there we go.
So, Susie, thank you. I appreciate the feedback, and I'm going to take that to the team too. So, Kathleen.
That's a good question.
Yep, what companies besides a lot of independent brick and mortar retailers are going to be bringing them in. It's a brand new product. We've been having a lot of discussions with some of your favorite large retailers. So I think you're going to start seeing them more, more and more.
Definitely let your favorite stores know that you're interested in them.
Yep, for sure.
Because they're always looking for that kind of feedback as well.
What's the Olo lady's name? My name is Lori Craig. Wheatfield Designs on Instagram. So
I will add Lori's information in the description. I forgot to do that. That is my fault. So
yes, Teresa Spellbinders does have Olo. They have got 4 and 8 piece sets, and then they have some assortments as well. So love working with them.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't know that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Colleen, if you had to pick one 16-piece to start with.
It's so hard. I had a hard time choosing.
Yep. I really like the way that the sets are numbered, the collections of the 16, the 32, and 64. They're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and I like that ordering, Colleen. I think it gives you a nice broad way to get started, and then it's easy to add on to. So
thank you guys for all of the nice words for Lori.
Yes, it's been great. I was just a little nervous.
Okay, let's flip the camera around. You ready? I'm used to doing it, and I'm also used to being a mess after crafting. Yeah. Okay, if you guys have any more questions, let us know. I have photos. The blog post with these will go up here after a bit, so you can see a little bit more. I tried to keep it pretty easy and a focus on the coloring today so that Lori could give us all of the good information.
So we are going to Creative World. So I'm going to figure out what our booth situation is. But yes, we're going to Creative World.
Thank you, Margot. That's awesome. Oh, thank you so much, Susan. Yeah. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I hope that it was informative, kind of give you a little bit more information about a brand new product. It's always fun when there's a new coloring medium.
It is fun
on the market. So
and the best way to learn is just kind of pick them up and try it.
Yeah, and I literally just grabbed colors. I picked colors and went for it, and sometimes it wasn't successful, and so I'd pick something else. Will you be at
this point? Not at this point.
Not this one.
So
you're welcome, Kelly. I'm so glad you were here. Oh, good. Created by Zoe. I'm so glad it was helpful.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. What a warm, wonderful audience. So
for the replay crew, if you have any questions that weren't answered during the live, definitely drop them in the comments. I will be reading all of them. I will get them to Lori if I don't know the answer. I tried to pay attention today so that I could answer some of these. But definitely, ask away, because that is what we did this for today, is to help you guys and to help me.
And to help me.
So thank you. I don't see anything else. So I think with that being said, we're going to let you guys go. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will be here next Friday with more of a normal, for whatever normal is, a normal live. And I will see you guys then. All right. Oh, I guess there's one question. Which starter would you recommend?
Yeah, I like the way that they're numbered. The collections are numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. So other than that, color is such a personal choice. Take a look at those. Decide which size you're interested in if you're purchasing in a collection or a set, and then look for your favorite colors and then work around that, because if that's what's going to speak to you is what your favorites are. And so Nicole's favorites might be, she different. Likes to work with a lot of red and pink. I tend not to work with a lot of red and pink. I like to work with more muted tones like navy blues and browns and dark greens. So
know how you color and look for the sets set that has those colors in it.
Just in the majority. And then, you know, they're designed that you can pull those in for complementary colors to add accents and do different parts of images and look cohesive together. So
Frankfurt is fun.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna get out off this, and I'm gonna call my boss and just, hey, I need to. I did.
They want me to come.
I did go to Frankfurt in 2019, so it's a wonderful show. So,
but do they need a sidekick?
I think that they do. I mean, John, if you're watching.
That's hilarious. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.